If you know Dolores Cannon, you know that there are waves of volunteers that come down onto Earth to bring forth a new consciousness. Well, in her teachings, she says that there are 3 waves of volunteers, but I think there's going to be a lot more. Half of the souls that are being born onto Earth right now are from the higher dimensions. Now, I have written a book, it's linked in my bio, it's called Made in God's Image. I go into detail about starseeds in the higher dimensions and what created human beings. We were created by higher dimensional entities. But Earth, eons ago, was colonized by what you call the fallen angelics. They're not actually angels. All they are extraterrestrial beings, also from a higher dimension, that have chosen greed, lust, crime. And because Earth has been kind of a prison planet for these fallen angelics to control us for such a long time, a lot of the beings in the higher dimensions can no longer watch this go on. So they are sending their own kind, what they call them their own seeds, basically their children, down onto Earth to try to help balance out the scales, to try to help Earth ascend. Now, if you're watching this video right now, somehow I've popped up on your algorithm, that means you're likely also a part of the waves of the volunteers, like Dolores Cannon says. This is probably why you have always felt kind of out of place. You could have been born in the most average, normal household, yet you still feel like you don't fit in anywhere. And I bet you're extremely talented in either the arts or science, and you have an incredibly vivid imagination. Hierarchy doesn't make any sense to you. You feel like we should all be treated with equity. But see, the thing is, just like how these volunteers come down onto Earth, aka you and me, I guess, there are also what I call the seeds of Satan coming down onto Earth. Now, obviously, Satan is not a real entity. Satan is our lust, our greed, our pride. It's a form of consciousness. Consciousness is light. These fallen angelics are sending their own children, their seeds, their consciousness down onto Earth to kind of battle it out. Just like how there are good star seeds coming down here to save the Earth, there are bad star seeds coming down onto Earth to continue the status quo. So if you are one of the more positively oriented starseeds that are here on Earth, you don't necessarily have to have a grand mission. Like, you don't have to be like on Ancient Aliens or something like that, talking about weird stuff. Just you being a good person is enough to balance the equation. Everything you do has its own energy signature, has its own frequency. So even the art and the music you produce is also a part of the light work. Continue to be yourself and continue to be a good person. I think inevitably we're going to ascend. There's nothing that these fallen angelics can do.